Yeah, good stuff there. All right, Bird Gang, appreciate it, man. Too early on the draft class. Okay, got to give it some time. Here's Charles Menifee. He checks in. What's up, Charles? Seems like you would want to go away from the offensive trends and do what defenses don't practice for. Go Birds.
You would think. Thank you.
They want a
That is
freaking
my
Super
whole
Bowl.
point.
Yeah.
Who was that? I want to give them plaudits.
Charles Menifee, 7886.
Charles, you were exactly correct, and you said it better than me, so I'm going to steal it. That's my exact point. And as Zander pointed out earlier, they won a Super Bowl doing that. Now you're concerned with winning a Super Bowl, but we got to do it prettier. And I'm not.
That
Look,
smells like front office to me.
I'm not saying that it shouldn't be better than what it was last year. But I mean, if you execute last year, you're playing the same offense. They didn't execute.
Yeah, and like you point out, I mean, we sometimes we act like we were a 5-win team last year. They did win 11 games, and they sat their starters in the final game. They could have been a 12-win team.
Yeah. It's confusing to me. It is confusing. And when I saw Sharp put out all the numbers, how many teams were already doing it, and now how many teams are doing it on top of that? So now, and at some point I'll go down the list. I'm going to guess it's going to be 15, maybe more teams running the exact same shit.
Well, John, do you think the personnel of the team in 2026 as compared to 24 is part of the reason, for it? Like, for example, the offensive line. They're still good. I don't know if you think they could play like they did in 24 on a consistent basis. I mean, you did talk about the margin for error and also I think the window to be able to play that way. I mean, does that come into it at all? Does that explain it better than
Well,
just
not
when we sit
until
here
you
and
change
analyze
the
why they changed?
quarterback.
Even with the O-line, I mean.
Well, the O-line, I mean, Landon's back, Cam's back, Lane's back.
Are they as good, though?
Well,
Is the
I don't
shelf
see.
life as long? I mean, look at what it did.
Well, the shelf life isn't as long, but again, I'm trying to take advantage of the shelf life until the shelf life is over. Now, the offensive line has largely embraced these changes. They enjoy playing in this.
Yeah, they
style.
seem excited about the changes.
But I mean, because it's easier on them. Well, yeah, it's easier if you get some help. But one of the biggest advantages the Philadelphia Eagles have had in this era of success is that their tackles don't need help. Literally. If you were to force me to do a list of the reasons for the success on offense, specifically, that would be number one. They don't have to help their tackles. Nobody else has that luxury. So they say, all right, we're going to help them. That takes ammunition away from other aspects. You're essentially +2 because you don't have to help those guys for the teams that do have to help them, which is not everybody. Some have 1, some have 2. Some can do it occasionally. It's always a sliding scale. But again, when Warren Sharp did it first, it was the first group of games before the Eagles. All right. The Cardinals, and this is the largest increases in under center rate. The Cardinals went from 39 to 71. Who'd they hire? Matt LaFleur's brother. The Chargers went from 35 to 58. Who'd they hire? Mike McDaniel. Comes from the Kyle Shanahan tree. The Texans went from 42 to 65. Their offensive coordinator, and I don't even remember his name, I'll have to look it up, comes from Sean McVay's tree. The Bengals went from 24 to 46. Zach Taylor, that's more Joe Burrow being back, but Zach Taylor comes from Sean McVay. Raiders went from 43% to 63%, they hired Kubiak, the Shanahan-Kubiak tree, Gary Kubiak's son. Everybody's doing the same shit. And all of these guys, even the guy in Houston, I can't remember his name, have more experience doing it than the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm not a fan of the mindset, and I'm not a fan of the copycat nature of what they're doing. And it's Nick Caley. I looked him up. He he's with the Patriots, but similar, but grew up under Sean McVay. Everybody's doing the same thing. And to Charles's point, all you do is practice against the same thing. Doesn't that make it easier for the defenses? Who looked better? Jesse Minter, first-time head coach, not a ton of experience, certainly some experience, more experience at the college level, but not a ton of experience at the pro level, or Sean Mannion.
Yeah, obviously Minter.
Yeah, not a fan of what's going on in the league as a whole, and the Eagles getting in line. Oh, we'll do that. Everybody's doing that. Let's do that. It's like when you're somewhere, you're unfamiliar, and you're like, oh, everybody's going that way. I'm just going to follow the crowd.
Yeah, follow the crowd. Follow the leader.
I'm not saying it can't work. I mean, but I don't like the mentality of it.
Make a good point, Johnny Mac. All right, John, what do you make of some of the other news around the league? A massive contract for a corner in Seattle. Devin Witherspoon gets $34 million a year. Interesting, John. He's lined up, I believe, more at the nickel, more at the slot than he has on the outside. Now, he's probably projecting more outside in the future, but does that complicate the Cooper DeJean talk? What's it mean for Quinyon Mitchell? And then last night I saw the Cowboys bring in 8-time Pro Bowl pass rusher, future Hall of Famer Von Miller. I don't know how much he has left in the tank, but what'd you make of some of the news around the league, including those two things here?
Well, is that true with Witherspoon lined up more in the slot?
I thought I saw someone did a breakdown from PFF. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
It's about even. 461 wide, 419 inside. So it's about even. That surprises me. I am surprised.